do 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 nay do na do na do na nay. Hello everyone, I'm Lily. Welcome to This Simple Life. Thank you guys for liking my video. Today I want to share my spinach cheese Baozi recipe. Also, let's have some fun. Make a panda. Half teaspoon of angel yeast. Malt in 180 grams of warm water at about 40 degrees. .300 grams of flour, a quarter teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of sugar. Salt enhances the dough and sugar enhances the activity of the yeast. The recipe is for 12 baozi. Now this time, just make it into a dough shape really. The first time fermentation. Cover the dough to prevent it from drying out, which should be really easy and wouldn't take long. Now set it aside and with the yeast ferment the dough the second time. Now this time it should be twice as big. So how long will it take? My home is now 20 degrees. It takes about 2 hours. It really depends on the temperature. Now let's prepare the filling. If you use fresh spinach, you need about 300 grams at least. Boil it a bit to get the water out later. I understand we don't have the fresh spinach all the time at home, so the frozen one is perfectly fine too. I tried both and found no big difference in the taste. We'll need about 10 of these small tubes. Just pour in boiling water and let it soak for 5 minutes. Then boil the water for 1 minute. Make sure it's all defrosted. Run through the cold water. Now this step is very important. You have to squeeze out all the water. Last year on the Paris street, I saw a lot of people lining up in front of a Tibetan momo restaurant. Yeah, I started drooling. So what impressed me that day was actually the spinach cheese baozi. The taste is not heavy, but very special. After I went home, I tried it several times, and I made my favorite version is this one. As I said, it's very light, so for the seasoning, this is a simple and fresh taste. After the spinach has been seasoned, Let's prepare the cheese. Mozzarella, 125 grams, or you could put more. Kiri is a very common light flavored cheese in France. I choose light cheese to pair with light flavored spinach. If you don't have Kiri in the supermarket you go to, you can just use Phillidophia cheese. It tastes similar. But because it's used in a lot of recipes for cheesecake, so it's more widely sold around the world. Grind up the cheese. Rub it into the spinach. Mozzarella will come in little pieces, but Kiri, or Philadelphia cheese, is fully grinded in. Finally, give him a quarter teaspoon of sesame oil. We say in Chinese, to lift the flavor to another level. Two hours later, my dough is like this. Inside is kind of this honeycomb structure, you see? The dough should come out like this. It's very easy to operate. The surface is very soft, but you see it's not sticky to the hand. It's easy to manipulate. If your dough come out this way, it's good. Adjust your recipe according to how much water the flour absorbs. All the flours are different. Knead it just a bit to light out the air. You could save one of those for later use. When we make panda, we will make it black. Make it a flat round like this. The skin doesn't need to be too thin. To show you better how to make this, I abandoned 2 of my fingernails, so watch carefully. The thumb of the right hand doesn't move, it stays on the first fold, and when you close it, you connect the last fold to the thumb. You see, like this. Let me show you again. Now let's have some fun. Flip upside down to make it round. I bought this active black carbon powder at an organic food store in France. I know you cannot see it is totally black. You see it's like this. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon for a small dough like this. The staff at the organic store said using the powder according to its suggested dose could help with digestion. The more you play with it, the more the powder will get into the dough, the more it will become black. But you don't have to worry because after we steam it, it will become very, very, very black. I make 3 sized balls. Big one for ears. Use right thumb, index finger, and middle finger to pinch like this. The eyes. First give him a pressure, then pull it into an oval shape. The panda's eyes shape makes it cute, so use the thumb to pull down the corner. It seems like he has a really big eye bag. For a small nose, I'll make her a soft triangle. Remember to put a little water. Okay, it's weird. I would say the ears could be smaller. Let me try. There you go. Now it's so much more lovely. I'll make it even cuter by doing this. Now let the shaped Baozi expose and wait in the air for another half an hour before steaming. So this is the 3rd time fermentation. Now for steaming, look at my hand. I just want to tell you, remember use the cold water over medium heat. After the water boils, steam it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, turn off the heat, but don't remove the cover immediately. Wait for 10 minutes for better results. The outside is very elastic and soft. The filling, without taking away the fresh taste of the spinach, the filling has a very attractive and light cheese flavor. I know. Now let's look at our panda. I will show you my favorite one. I like this one the best. She's like doing a emoji. Do 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 do. 네. 헐. Honestly, making buns needs some technique. Even the Chinese, sometimes they struggle with it. It can be very tricky sometimes. You need a little bit more patience. This is a father panda with small eyes. In fact, the round ears and the round eyes are also pretty cute too. Use your imagination to make this fun. The panda says remember to subscribe to Lei Simple Life and give the video a thumb up. I'm Lei. See you next time. You have a great weekend and remember to be happy.